Guys, welcome to the Bazaar. Today, we're going to be giving the Steam Boys an intro to the Bazaar. And this is going to be a special one because not only since it's been a while since I've done on how to play the Bazaar. I don't want to say for dummies, you guys. Steam Boys are goated. How to play the Bazaar for starters. There you go. I don't want to say the word dummies. This for people who are actually coming into the Bazaar as board game enthusiasts. This is not going to be a game that's too difficult for you. There's card draft games that are similar to the Bazaar, which are like Slay the Spire, even the regular card games like Hearthstone. I don't know. There's a lot of examples out there. The Bazaar has a very intrinsic, or I want to say particular, interaction in how the game works. Is that you're never, I don't want to say turn-based, but it's basically an offline PvP. The way it works is that you're not actually battling people face to face. You're actually battling their boards or their builds, quote unquote. So you really don't have a certain amount of interaction control with your opponent, and that is very important to know before we start anything, because this game is going to be very particular. It's not that it's going to be hard to play as any board game. It's basically just your choice is going to be taken into account. But I got you guys. I'm going to give you the tips and tricks and the things you shouldn't know before you go into the Bazaar. So let's get to it. Okay. Just so you guys know, there's 5 characters in the Bazaar that are art right now. Here you go. I don't have Stell because I'm actually trying to play dually for as much as possible. By the way, we only play dually in this channel strictly. I'm going to play Stell, but I'm probably just gonna play her offline because there's something very important that you have to know from the Bazaar. The Bazaar is particular in the sense that it's made for you to use the other character's items when you do your build. That is the whole point. The Bazaar is full of the item, trinkets, vehicles, skills, and whatnot of the other characters. So you have to make your own build using your own skills and the other character's skills. So the only way you can really know how good a skill is or an item is if you use the character themselves. Because you need to do like multiple runs, so you have like basically like a mental indent in your head that this item is good and this item is not. But we're going to be playing dually just because dude, it's the best assessment I can give for any other character, because dually has something very particular than the other characters, is that you have to basically be nitty-gritty with positioning and anything else. Dually's builds are not cookie cutter, and that is basically his niche. The other characters have their own niche, but Dually's is that every single item works with each other to some extent. So that Dually is like the most complicated character in that sense. But in other ways it's not, because some items just suck and some items are just really good. It's like the other characters where every single item is good, but it's only good in the particular build. Some Dually items are absolutely bad. Well, let's get this started. By the way, things you should know. Start out with 20 prestige. Prestige is going to be your health. The way you lose prestige is through PvP matches, and the PvP matches, the amount of prestige you lose is according to what day you are, where you lose a prestige. Example, day 1 you lose 1 prestige, day 2 you lose 2 prestige, etc. When your health runs out, you're gonna go into basically last stand, and you're gonna choose one of 3 options. I'm being very vague here because these the way some of these things works have been ever changing until now, because this is like I think this is the most concrete launch we've had yet, the release of Stealth, because there's not really much changes before Stealth. There's like 1 or 2 things, but you're gonna see that when you start the game, you go into the Bazaar day 1, day hour. You used to have like an option, so you can differentiate your build, but you don't do that anymore. That just let it go into the battlefield. So let's do that right now. We're gonna go dually time. Let me see if there's anything I have to explain. We'll do it along the way because I think I said the most important thing that you should know at the beginning. Uh, uh, the money system, how it works, is that you have your gold, of course. There's the amount of gold that you have, so you can buy X amount of things or X amount of items, I want to say. And the item's value depends on two things: the item size and if the item is enchanted or not. And the enchantment, we'll talk about it later, but just know that's the only two things that affects the value of the item. If it's a small item, it costs 2. If it's a medium, sorry, and rarity. Sorry. Don't butcher the people who are watching this who have some semblance of knowledge of the game. So 3 things: size of the item, rarity, and enchantments. So basically, it's by multiples of 2. So a small item costs 2. It's the base value of every item. So small item is worth 2. Medium items is 4, and the large item is 6. Maybe it's not multiple. The size is basically addition, but the tiers are multiples of 2. Basically, small item on a bronze rarity, which is the first one. Second one is being silver, which is cost 4. Third one is just gold, which costs 8, and fourth one, which is diamond, which costs 16. And then you may multiply that by 2 depending on the, or not multiply by 2 because it's in addition. So a medium item on diamond level, which is the highest rarity, costs 32, and the large item on a diamond rarity costs 48. That's basically what you need to know about gold. There's really nothing else. And then as for spending, as for generating, we have something called income, and income is the amount of gold you start each day. So basically, you end your day, or you start your day. Basically, it's like a goal for the same for Monopoly. Like it's like the goal collect 200, same thing. You collect 7, add it to your bank. There's ways to change the amount of income. Pig, for example, works around this income. Dooley does not whatsoever. So the only way we're gonna be getting income with Dooley is with like encounters, right? So each day the amount of encounters varies, but just know generally you're just gonna get a merchant. A merchant is a person you can buy items from. I want to say an encounter has 2 general, at minimum, I think it's a minimum. It has 2 general choices, I want to say, and depending on the character is going to have another choice, right? And we're going to go here just so you can see. And the third one is basically the choice of a free item, and the free item could be literally any small burn item, right? But I guess you want to know this in general, that you're more guaranteed to get your own items, but there's a possibility you can get items from other characters. So let's start here. We're gonna go to jungle rules so you guys can see the encounters, because the first one is just a merchant. But see, we have 3 choices. I either get 3 loot items. We're gonna see those later. 3 health regen, which is like a status effect. This is a part of a positive status effect, which is basically passive healing. And then we have our dually, basically a dually specialized encounter, which is search for abandoned tools, and you get a small silver tool from any hero. This is good. Free things are really good. But not only free things are good, free things that are silver are good. And not only silver things that are free are good, it's from another character. And you guys are going to see that when you draft items with another character, those items seem to have more synergy on yourself than on other characters. Why is that? Because the items are not balanced around your own character. So there could be like very, very broken interactions with other characters' items on your build. So we're gonna grab this. We have a lighter, which is Vanessa. This is a perfect situation. This is a 3 item. There's a 3-second item build. I'm gonna talk to you a little bit more about the cooldowns and everything when we get to the PvP match. It's important. Guys, I want you to know something. If you're gonna come into the bazaar not knowing what items you're getting, I'm gonna need you to understand 2 things. There's meta builds, and I literally disencourage this in any other game, but in the bazaar, you need to know what items are gonna not. So just go to your favorite YouTuber, aka me. I'm just kidding. Go to any bazaar YouTuber. I would very, very, very be hesitant. I'm gonna really recommend you to go, if you're playing a Vanessa, for example, go to a streamer that plays Vanessa, so you see the items that are good or the builds that are good. You don't even need to know how to play or what he does. Specifically, because I want you guys to learn that about yourselves, but I want you to know what he's building at the end run. The end run build is the most important thing, because that's gonna be what items you're going to be absolutely getting, right? The way that you're gonna know which items are good or not, you gotta look at tier list. if they're out there. If not, you're gonna do this by attrition. But like, the game is fairly new, so there's no stats or anything. By the way, Raynat really enforces like that there's no, let me say, when you go into PvP, PvE, and PvP matches, there's like simulators for how your build is gonna work. So I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, the best way you're gonna know if a item is good on your build or not is by literally using it, or just watching other people play. It's the best thing you can do. But there's situations where you're gonna know that I'm gonna teach you that are very intrinsic to every single situation. Because, for example, I'm gonna look at a build online. Actually, I'm just gonna look at my own build, cause I think it's the best way to know it. Actually, let me see. I'm gonna search a website really quick here, so you guys can see very quickly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get a dually one. Okay, here we have retro animation. This is a very prominent tuber in the space. He's playing dually. I don't want to be very specific on what the items do, but just know that the items that are in this build are very particularly good to have on an end game. This is kind of a bad example because this is a very unique build. This is actually a very unique build, by the way. Let me try to find you a very cookie cutter one, so you guys know, especially if you guys are playing dually. Listen, I will pull out one, but this is something that I've learned throughout the years, is that there's no better merit than info from another person, because I give you my own build and literally glazing myself, and that's not the point of this video. And by the way, the patches came out what, two weeks ago, or a week and a half ago, so it's going to be very okay. I like this one. Okay, there you go. This one's very good. Even though this is before the patch, this is good because it's gonna give me a semblance. It's gonna give you guys a semblance of what is a good run. Okay. So this is this is what you call a burn dually, and you're gonna see dually has a very unique thing where he drafts the core. I'm gonna show you that when we get to day 2. But essentially, this is what we're going to be seeing in a regular dually build, because these are generally good items, right? We have what we call the bugs, which again, it's a little bit more specific, but you guys are going to see the build. There you go. You guys are going to try to copy this as a late game build, because if this worked for 10 wins, it's going to work for you, right? If you try to replicate this, at the very least, you're going to get wins in, right? Especially for ranked. We're going to, usually when you go those, dually's best items are small items, and you're gonna figure out this depending on which character. There's characters that have better builds than others, or how do I say, they have better shops than others. Dually has majority of the items he wants locked on small, so that's why I'm going to a small shop, right? There's something very intrinsic, and it's bad that I'm playing dually because there's something called econ items, and they call this form of crypto. This is good that I drafted this. So basically, an econ item is an item that will essentially give you gold by itself, not by any other interaction that is not like the gold you have, obviously, in your income. Some do affect your income, but for the sake of just saying econ item, it's items that then sometimes gives you gold. Crypto in particular just sets its value from 0 to 5, and you can sell it full its value. By the way, when you sell something, you sell it for half its value. But the item it's going to sell it for is imprinted on the card or on the item already. See, it sells for 1. It's not that it says 2 and you sell it for 1, because otherwise the crypto would be bad, right? I mean, crypto is good, by the way. I do completely support crypto. So we're going to be going to the first PvE monster. Okay, this is very important. The first PvE monster that is literally not killable without items is the snake, and I didn't draft it. The first PvE monster which you're gonna be wanted to draft generally is the wolf. I think that's his name. But each character has the first one you want to be able to kill. But this is another thing. This is very important. You never want to lose PvE rounds. And if you're a beginner, if you're trying to learn the game, listen to me. Always go for the leftist monster. Listen to me. Don't try to figure out if you can beat it or not until you learn and you have a good grasp of the game. Always go for the first monster, because you won't figure out how to play the game if you're playing from a loss. Playing from a loss is the worst thing you can do. You just play the first monster, and even if you start buying random items, let's say you go for a burn build and you put every single burn item in your board, you're going at least to catch up with some wins eventually in some form or way. So I want you to know, I want you guys to engrave in your head that you always go for the left PvE monster first day and every single day after until you have a good grasp of the game. So when you beat a PvE monster, you're gonna get one of its skill or its item, and then I grab the skill, really good skill that increases my burn. So essentially, one of the best dually builds is burn, and I guess this is good for me to say that in general. It's good that I said that. In general, if you have a fire build and you try to slap in every single fire item, it works. If a weapon build and you try to slap every single weapon item, it works. So essentially, you always want to figure out what your synergy is, some way or form. It's bad that this crypto rolled one because I could have gotten this. This item has fire, so that's literally why I'm saying it. But I don't have money. Never oversell your items because you're basically losing out on gold. You guys are gonna figure out. You guys are gonna see later. I'm gonna show you that some merchants actually buy your items for extra gold. Again, I'm making a fire build, so let's grab the fire skill. See? Easy peasy, man. Oh, this is a very obscure situation. I want you guys to know that Curio is a very, very particular merchant. I would literally suggest you to go into every single merchant if you have the money to do it. Of course, if not, just grab free money. But as a general rule, 5 gold on the first days is generally enough for you to grab an item of your liking. It depends. There's some things that actually depend on another, but don't actually try to go in a shop and you have no money, right? Just get the free item, right? Free! But I did get a good encounter here, which is Fing's Big Bite. This gives me 3 chocolate bars. The chocolate bars essentially sell for 10, or they give you 10 health each chocolate bar. But this Finn's Big Bite is a very good encounter that will give me 5% of my max health and an additional effect, which has to do with, I guess, healing. So this one gives shield, this one gives heal, and this one gives regen. So as you can see, I have no heal item. I have a shield item, but I guys want you to know something, that regen at the beginning of the game, it is extremely broken because it's almost like math. If you have a 368 health pool, did that number change? What the fuck? If I have a 368 pool, then 5 health per second is actually a bunch. But as the game progresses and I have 1,000 health, this isn't gonna make it 10. But right now, healing for 5 at the beginning is extremely good. So we're just gonna do all the items. By the way, this is a dead item, cause we'll do it. We'll say it later. But essentially, I don't have the core, and I'll draft the core later on. I guess this is basically like a balance mechanism for Dually, if you want to say that. Because there was a patch where Dually did draft the core at the beginning, but it was too broken. Basically, Dually had an out-of-win mechanic at the first day, so they just decided to give Dually his core on the second day so they could keep his niche intact. Is that we have by the way, we have an insanely good fire build. So we have lighter for burning and solder gun for burning, and this little 3 that it has right here is a multicast. So this means essentially this is burning for 3. The way burn works and poison works is that it stacks on each other. So each amount not only refreshes the burn or slash poison, but it also increments the amount it does itself. Now that we're on a PvP match, let me show you basically what we're working with. So you can see the items have cooldown themselves, and yeah, that's basically enough. Like the cooldown on the item runs out, it basically does what it says on its text. Does 15 damage, shields for 5. This 3-second cooldown burns for 5. This burns for 4, and this has a multicast 3 condition, but with the condition that you have a side or adjacent friend an adjacent tool. I do have an adjacent tool, and I do have an adjacent friend. Uh, the things on top of the name are called tags. They're basically like the attributes, or I want to say type of the item. So they're like, they're not flavor text because they actually affect the item. They're like tags on the items that depend on whether they're going to be affected by other effects, right? So it's like this one. It says haste your core. Core is a tag. It has haste your core. So none of this has the tag core. Otherwise, it would have gotten hasted by this. It doesn't do anything. Just let's just look at the recap so you guys can look at this. While the duration of the run, I wish it said the duration of the run, but it doesn't actually do it. It doesn't say like 20 seconds. But I guess they want to obscure from that because if you do this on PvPe matches, you actually know. They actually just don't want to make it easier for it to be tracked. But whatever, I digress. So this during the run did 96 shielding, this did 90 damage, and this did 90 damage. But this 36 burn and this 30 burn. So he got 76 burn throughout the match, and this is what ended up me getting the win, right? So you can see how much in the run these items are good, right? And that's really good because you can have like an assessment on how good your items are in between rounds. That's really good. So I'm going for a burn build. So it's almost like logic that I don't want to get weapons, right? I want to get things that are not weapons because yes, there are some weapons that do have burn, but majority of the things that, for example, burn aren't weapons, and the things that, for example, do damage are weapons, right? So if they do damage, they're weapons. If I'm going for a burn / poison build, they're not weapons. This is like a general tag or a general like I want to say like how the items interact, I guess. So weapons interact with damage, and burn items interact with no damage. Weapons basically means they have that ret text on top of them. So if it's a weapon, it does have ret text. This doesn't have ret text, so it's not a weapon, right? So majority of the times I'm not gonna get a weapon here. There's a very good weapon that I can get here. That is called Power Drill. It's a little bit more in depth, but I think that's what I'm gonna go for because it's how good of it's on the build. But generally speaking, if you're like a beginner and you don't know what you're doing, just try to get to the general rule that if you're poisoning, go for the item that doesn't poison, right? Or that does poison, sorry. We're gonna try to get this rocket launcher, by the way. This is a very specific situation where I can get an item that does damage and burns. That is very particular. Okay. The crypto is on 5, so we sell it. So the maxes I can get is from 0 to 5, so we'll sell it for 5. Perfect. Okay, then we have 3 interactions here. Shops, lit kit, which actually buffs your items, but this interaction is very mid. Not even mid, it's very bad. So you never want to grab this. Plus, they actually cost money. I don't know why they cost money. Then you get a small weapon item, which is good. But we have enough money. Like I said, in general, 5 is really good at the beginning, so you can grab items because the items are bronze. See, bronze. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna upgrade this because this is actually really good. And we're gonna roll here. Let's see what we got. I don't like those items. I don't like any of those items. So just perfect. Okay. By the way, guys, like I said, listen, I'm repeating this to you guys. Always, you as the player learning how to play the Bazaar, go to Rogue Scraper, right? I'm going to go to eccentric etherweight because if you're gonna try to mimic what I'm doing, you want to max out the options and do what I'm doing verbatim. But if this is you, let's say you're not drafting the same things I'm drafting, I want you to go to the left, like I said, left side PvE monsters, so you guys don't lose. I know for a fact that I'm gonna win this, so I just go here like by choice.
Turn the lights off when you leave.
So there you go. You beat the second PvE monster. That's really good. Okay, this is a good situation. Okay, because we have 3 really good choices. Okay, so I was saying we have 3 really good choices here. We do have tools which are generally good with Dooley. We do have a really good shop, and we do have the same encounter we picked first round. They gave us this really good item. This is what we're working with. Yes, while this is a shop, I only have 5 gold, right? And yes, well, this gives me a tool, and it's a golden encounter, which there's probably not numbers around this, but if it's on silver compared to tools or compared to gold, the probability of it being a silver item, for example, is much higher. But I'm going to go to the jungle ruins, right? Because not only is this able to give me a tool, random tool from any character, it's going to give luck to silver. So I'm going to pick this one again. Okay, this is where we're going to choose the core. Okay, perfect. We got an initiate core, which is good for the video. So, because I want you guys to know that as a dually player, you're always going to grab ignition core, right? So why I'm saying this is, well, you guys figure out the rest of the cores, and I'm going to actually recommend weaponized cores too. Because it's like the easier ones to play that always have a good damage output. So we're going to grab ignition core, but just know that the second one that's better is the weaponized core. I'm not going to talk about the rest about the core because they have like different builds and whatnot. So we're just going to grab regular core here. Right, so we're going to grab it. Boom. Especially since it's being buffed by fiery and it's being buffed by final flame. Right. Okay. I'm going to go into the difficult choice. Hold on, let me think it through. I think I'm going to go for medium item. Just because in medium items, there's 2 items I want. Still want power drill. I still want most of the econ items that dually has are locked in medium. So if I can get one, this being very on during the run, and I got literally one of the best ones. So we're gonna grab this as one of the best econ items for dually. That's good. You have nothing else to worry about. We're going to do this like this item's really good. Shit. Okay, this is where Dooley's intrinsicity comes out, because the way this is gonna work is essentially I'm gonna have a lot of choices of where to pick from, and I actually think I'm gonna go like this, because the way the initiate works, the cores work, is that when the items are put to the left, they have an interaction. When the items are put to the right, they have an interaction. So the ignition core has this particular thing where if you put something to the right, the items gain 2 burn. And if you put them to the left, the items charge the core by 1 second every time they're activated. So I'm just going to leave it like this. I like this setup. The reason I'm saying that is because we have an item with multicast 3 on burn, which is really good. And we have low cooldown items charging the core. But right now, I think I'm going to get the other econ item because of how good it is. You're going to sell that and sell that for 30 max health. So as you can see, like how the way you sell the items in particular order is very important. So we managed to pick both items. Guys, do not worry about Vanessa, for example, or what she's going to have. You always worry about what you're going to have. I already thought this through. I know that the core is going to buff this. It has multicast 3, so it getting charged by fire is really good, or by fire stacks is really good. And we have a lot of items that are low cooldown that are going to charge the initial core, which is in general what you want to try to do when you play Dually.
My fight isn't with you, but if you insist.
So we have a Vanessa build here. Let's see what she has. She has like a weapon build, but I can tell like from here, like there's nothing particularly strong. So this is gonna be a win for us. So you can see their character has a lot of burn, but the problem is this thing basically heals her to full. By the way.
Next time, boys, okay. Less blunder, more plunder.
So we're good. We managed to win. Now what's gonna happen is that I think I can check it right here. I can't check my inventory. By the way, very good, important that you check your item stats here. Okay, so did this 30 burn, did this 14 burn, and this did in total 66 burn. So we know for a fact that this item being here burns for a lot. We're gonna keep it there. Now we're gonna see what we get in our inventory now, which is kind of good. Okay, so the temporal navigator gives you an item at the start of each day. You get a relic. That means you get a free things. Free things are good, bro. So yeah, this is essentially copying 4 gold for my money here, which I could sell. You guys are gonna figure out if the item is good on your build. course, this has fire. This has nothing to do with fire, so we're probably gonna sell this. This item is locked on silver items, and remember what I was telling you at the beginning of the game or the video, that items that are locked in silver tend to cost more. Not 10, they cost more by default. But I do have 7 gold here. I have things I can sell in my inventory, and silver items day 3 are really good, so we're gonna cop that out. I'm going to roll this because I know for a fact these items are not good with dually. This item is particularly good in a certain build. This item has is niche interaction, but it's really good for the charges. This item is okay, but it's like a defensive item, and defensive items aren't generally good in the Bazaar. You always want to build with your strength, not against them. So we're gonna grab this microwave, which is kind of a decent item. So we're gonna try to get it. I'm gonna do something really important here.
That piece has some stories.
You play in the Bazaar. You guys are want to have to try to implement this rule in general. Is that you always want to get a little bit stronger every single day. Why do I say that? Just you have to understand that your opponent is going to get strong along with you. It's not going to be a you alone ride. That's very important. Because you're gonna get to see that even though your build is strong, you need to get a little bit stronger. That's where the things like chocolates are very good. It's only a problem. I'm inventory locked per se right now. So the chocolate event is a very, I'm going to talk about this because this is a very common event. You're going to be going very how do I say, every hour you're going to very likely to have this encounter. So this essentially gives you 5 chocolates, and the 5 chocolates will give you health depending on the tier you bought. So if you bought tier 1 chocolates, you're going to be getting 5 bronze chocolates, will give you 10 health. If you go to tier 2, it gives you 5 silver chocolates, will give you 20 health each. The last one gives you 30 health each. So essentially you're buying health, but the problem is inventory has to do a lot with how many chocolates you have. As you can see, I'm inventory locked, so I'm not going to go over the chocolates knowing it's going to have like low return of investment. So I'm gonna get the free item, right? Okay, this is another very important thing. This kind of fuck. This monster, some PvE monsters have notoriety, they're infamous for being a little bit too difficult to deal with, and this is one of them. I could try beating it, but I know for a fact it's going to be very close, right? So I'm gonna go to Tempest Rival because he does have fire skills, and I'm playing a fire build. There you go. easy choice to make. So this item's really good because it has, it's basically like, it's basically like the SAM turret that I have in my inventory, but it has less cooldown. But it's okay. I did grab an econ item basically. The medium item shop is good again, so I'm gonna go here. I like this shop. I'm gonna sell this bar gold so we can reroll. This is something you guys need to know. This is what you call the default shops. The default shops are sells small items, sells medium items, and sells large items. This is only sells non-weapon items too. See if I'm missing one. And the one that sells items by default. So these shops, the rerolls are just worth 2 gold. And that's good because if you can reroll for the lower amount of gold and try to find an item skin for item, that's really good. We're gonna upgrade this because econ. Like I said, at the end of the day, we're gonna be getting free items, and the rarity of the items depend on the tier of the item that gives them. So I'm gonna be getting 2 silver items each day, which is really good. And this is it. I'm not gonna buy this, even though this item is okay. We're good here. Okay, now we're gonna try to adequately put these items here. Okay, let's see what we're working with. So this encounter is how do I say? You always get this encounter on your 4th level up, which is upgrade a bronze skill. You have to pay attention to this because if there's a bronze item, you need to upgrade it, but you don't want to force it. You always have day 4 or level up number 4 where you can do this. The problem is I don't have anything in particular that's really worth upgrading. So I'm just gonna go for the gold option, which is I'm gonna eventually sell this, so I might as well get 2 gold out of it. It's basically what I'm thinking. So there you go. And again, these 3 shops are really good, but okay, let's do it like that. Since I have 5 health regen already, I'm going to stack it with even more health regen, and I don't have money, and I don't want to sell anything in the inventory. I'm going to explain to you something in a sec. Let me just grab this because I know for a fact this is a choice I'm going to make. So I grabbed a little bit of health and health regen, which is really good. I'm going to be okay. This gives a small item, and this can give large items. So the way this works is I bought this first, if I'm not mistaken. I'm always gonna get this item's proc first. So it's always gonna give I can possibly get a large item. So I'm gonna sell this because if I do get a large item, I'm gonna basically lose on the satcom giving me an item basically. So I'm gonna leave it like that. We're gonna make sure everything is positioned correctly, right? I do want the rocket launcher at the right because it was working before good at the right. So we're just gonna leave it like that. Everything's going well. We got the burn, the micro tape procking out of small items. This is really good. So it is on 10 burn right now. That's a lot of burn. It's gonna burn for a lot right now. There you go. Nice. Perfect. So you guys are gonna know if you want to play Dooley. You guys are gonna realize that Dooley's really good early game, but then he tends to struggle after day 5, and then he picks up back again when he gets an enchantment. And then he falls off unless you're having a really broken build. See, bro, it's really good that this happened because what happened is exactly what I said was gonna happen. I got the Tom River Ancient Relics, which is a large item. If I didn't sell, I wouldn't have gotten this bug. And this bug is really good because what does it do? It burns. There you go. That's all you need to know. This item isn't necessarily bad, but it doesn't go really well with my build. It goes well with things that poison / freeze, and I'm not into that vibe. So I'm gonna sell it right now. So I'm gonna make inventory space because I'm absolutely gonna go into these shops. This 3 silver chocolate bars is, so you know, is really good on curve right now because it gives you 60 health. And 60 health right now is good. 60 health. There's a general rule if it gives you around 6% to 6 to 10% of your health, is worth spending an hour, right? So that's like a general rule. So I'm going into medium shop because I want an item from here, like that's really good on burn. Let's just keep rolling here. We didn't get it. That's fine. Oh, we have the tool shop. That's really good. Okay, we're gonna go into this tool shop, and you guys are gonna know that every single dually build has very good interaction with tools. So I'm gonna go here. Okay, there we go. We have power drill. We have all that we wanted. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna end up selling this Chris Army knife, which is fine. We're gonna be buying this crude tools, and I'll explain how all these items work in tandem in a second. We're not gonna roll here because we have all we want. Okay, so this power drill is gonna be your best friend for Dooley. So what he does is he basically charges itself for every single ailment on the game. Haste slow or not ailment for each I want to say status effect on the game or status item effect. So haste, slow, freeze, poison, burn, and it charges itself for 2 seconds. So that means it's going to do 100 damage when the cooldown reduces evil, but it's helped by all these things burning. So it's like basically a cascading effect. So I like that. Our crew tools is which is a really good item with core. If you're not playing other tech items, it charges itself. It charges other tech items by 1. But in how the way that core works is when this runs out, it'll charge it by 2. So that makes it'll charge this faster. So that's decent enough. Okay, so I know for a fact that we have really good damage amount, so I'm going to go into Princess Mariana's. This boss is exceptionally, I don't want to say exceptionally, he's not that difficult, but he's a force to be reckoned with. You actually need a good build to beat this guy. This is actually going to be close. Okay, nice. Oh, very important. Stalemates in the Bazaar mean you always win, right? The reason they do that is because it'd be stupid to give the win to a ghost, basically, because that's what you're playing against. You're playing against ghost. So they just give you the win. Oh, this is called the Temple Lake Expedition ticket. This is basically an encounter they introduced in the last big patch. So basically on day 9 an embarking expedition, which has a lot of broken items. And we love broken items. So we're going to sell this because it's going to, inventory is kind of capped. It's kind of bad because we can't go to like chocolate visits because we have really good econ items. And we don't want to get rid of them yet because we're not that settled on gold. So we're going to go to Curio. So I don't like going to Curio this early, but it's fine. Too slow buffs. That's really good. This procs for 3. Damn, that's really bad. What I'm gonna do here is that I'm gonna sack the micro Dave, and even though this micro Dave is exceptionally good, I know for a fact I'm not gonna end up with it. So I'm just gonna take basically this line of thinking where I know I'm not gonna put these items on the end game, so I'm gonna clear my inventory for better items. So that's basically what my decision making is right now. And we're gonna go ahead and grab these good items that'll buff my power drill. We're gonna get the health region ones because health region works good with health regions. And then we're gonna grab both of these. These are really good, but I'm just not gonna roll here. Oh, this is really good, and this is really good. But I'm guessing we're gonna grab hotspot because we already have power drill. By the way, this is one of the most broken abilities in the game, especially with Flame Dually. But I'm just gonna grab hotspot here because it just works really well with the build right now. And you're just gonna have some confusions later on, which is fine. It is what it is. I'm gonna go into Ande because there's an item that I want to buff with this. Just go into it. It's gonna be a little bit hard to hit, but it's fine. Oh, capacitor is really good. Capacitor is really good. Capacitor is just a better version of Crude Tools right now in this patch. I think I'm gonna go for capacitor. Even though the Crude Tools is decent, just want to play with what I have right now. So I'm going to grab. It's kind of difficult. I'm going to sell this Uzi. I'm going to grab this Aiden. I'm going to keep this. I like that. I like that. And then the dinosaur gets an extra the cooldown proc. I like that. There you go. And there we go. I'm not gonna get the capacitor. Leave it. It's good to get, but I think we're good here. It's good. There you go. What I'm going to do now is something that I don't actually advocate against. We have 2 really good econ items, but these items are just really broken right now because they're gonna buff the slow duration of my items for 1 second, and then might end up being really broken. So I'm just gonna sell the SATCOM. Because if I was doing a friend build, I would keep the SATCOM because it's gonna be giving me free friends. But I know this is not a friend-centric build, so I'm just gonna sell the weaker of the 2 econ items. And we're up against the best character in the game, so let's see how it goes. So we have adjacent items start flying. These items is loaded. Weapons have damage. So we managed to cop out a win. Stell is really good right now, by the way. So we managed to keep cheat here. Oh, she had rig too. Rig is a really good ability in the Bazaar, which hastes all your items 1 second, essentially. Okay, we don't have chocolate space. We have another Crude Tools. Oh shit. Usually that does not happen. We're inventory locked again, so let's try to get the item that I want that's locked here. See if we get it. No cigar. I don't want to try to force it too much, but it's gonna be a really good item if I get it. Okay, crypto is really good to get. Always try to get crypto. There's 2 econ items that are really good that are crypto and light bulb. I'm gonna go into trash sword mirror. I'm kind of torn because this power drill is on silver. On bronze, that's really bad. But this double crew tool is really good. Burn at this time is actually quite decent.
See?
That's nice.
My opponent resorts to violence.
Nice. Shit, we're gonna have to make hard decisions here. I didn't want to actually do this, but that's what it is. The other choice is just not getting that, but that's 12 gold, bro. I can't. I'm gonna go into this shop because this shop is quite good. Sell this. We're gonna sell crypto for 6. Really good hit. Perfect. Oof, me gusta. Actually got that power drill upgrade and one of the best econ items. Let's get that silver tool. I like that. That could have been this, or this. There's good odds. I don't want to go into that shop again. Oh, we're gonna try to get a skill upgrade because both of these are really good skill upgrades. Let's get that.
Now, which truth were you seeking?
10 gold. Okay, I think this. I don't want to do 10 gold on that because that doesn't actually matter. But this is gonna proc way more times. We're good like that. Let's sell that. So it's on our inventory, taking space. Kind of good. We're good.
You should know, I'm a bit of a legend on Pelago.
Oh, she managed to get an enchanted flagship. Guys, just so you guys know, this enchanted flagship, this early on is really good enchanted. She actually grabbed it from one of the shops. Just commends to her. This is actually really good for her.
You fall like a boulder.
Oh, and she had this enchanted too? Bro, she had a really good enchanted run. Holy. That guy's actually doing good. Okay, this is kind of skewed. We're gonna sell this because this isn't actually working our build, but it's 8 gold, bro. It's really good. Let's try to get a power drill upgrade, even though this shop is bad. We're likely to get this upgraded, so let's try. Get that upgraded. The reason I upgrade those items, even though they're bad upgrading, that means they're less likely to appear in your shop. Let's try to go here. Okay, this is the econ item I was telling you about. There you go. You always sell the second one, but you always keep this one, and I'll explain what that in a second. We're gonna get this fiber optics, which is really nice. Let's get this fiber optics actually. Hold on. But if we're gonna play this, we actually have to think about this a bit. So we're gonna do like this is a tech item, so we're gonna have to remove these. Sadly, we're gonna have to need something else to replace these with. It doesn't matter. Let's reroll this. Oh, that's good. It's good. We can actually do like a nice replacement here. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, that's good. Perfect. I like this. I like this. Okay, I don't know if I can beat this guy, but I'm gonna tell you something important. When you guys get to the point, actually, I'm trying to think about selling one of these items for Temporal Navigator. I think I'm just gonna give up on this. I'm not giving up on this. If you get a slow augment, it's actually really good. I'm gonna go into Infernal, and the reason is I can beat Foreman. I absolutely know I can beat Foreman. I can maybe not defeat Infernal, but I'm gonna take the chance that I can. And if I drop his health to 25%, I'm still gonna get the same amount of EXP and 1 more gold. So even if I don't kill him, I do have a possibility. Again, this is one of the gadgets you need to have in the Bazaar. I think I'm like torn 60-40 if I could beat him. I think that's my mental gymnastics right now of beating him. But I did just get it, end up being the 3 XP and the 4 golds, like I said. The former was just gonna give me a really bad. It was gonna give me an item, but I'd rather take the risk of trying to beat this essentially. I'm gonna go to free tool here, I guess. Apparel items aren't really good with dually. Let's go to free tool here. There you go. Okay, and in day 7, Dooley has an extra level up interaction where he's level up before because he's the only one who has the core interaction. We're gonna go to medium items here. Again, there's medium items that are really good with Dooley.
Welcome in, huh?
Which is scrap metal. There we go. That's really good. Okay. Now we actually managed to grab the scrap metal. We're gonna scrap this. And the reason I scrapped that, oh, this is 16 gold. Oh, this is kind of bad. I'm gonna have to sell this. Okay, whatever. I'm not gonna think about it too much. So right now I have a ongoing quest where I have to buy 6 tool or text item. So I upgrade the item for it to be able to give me a free upgrade on any item. And I want to tell you something, guys. The core gets so much better when you upgrade it to diamond that it's going to be your go-to always, right? Oh, this guy has a really good build. Iceberg. Let's see how good we do. This is a lot, man. This is a loss.
Bravery without strength.
This is really good. It's really good. Because the iceberg is just buffing these two. It's really nice. It's a very niche interaction. I want to say like it's not that it's lucky, but it's that interaction of item is very hard to get. Okay, gain 5 regen for the fight. The burn item to the left of this gains burn equal to your health regen, and the poison item gains right to this gains poison equal to your regen. I don't think that's bad, but it's not gonna work with us. Just money for us. Let's get a free tool here because it's gonna proc. Oh, that's not bad. We don't have anything to proc that right now. Just gonna sell it. And let's go for Joyful Jack.
I'm a master alchemist.
Sure, so we're playing from behind a little bit right now, which is okay. It's good. Nice. Okay, let's go here. This is a good shop because it has haste low cooldown items. I like that. Let's get this tool. Boom. Okay, so this is against my own advice. We have to proc this, so we have to basically lose on money. Okay, we're gonna reroll here. Even though 4 gold is a lot, but we have to upgrade that item as fast as possible. So we're gonna upgrade this. It's a really good upgrade. And this item is good. Let me think about it if it's good right now. It is. So we're just gonna get it for 8. We're just gonna upgrade Orlin. And that's a really good one. And it's not proccing right now, but the simple fact I can get poison upgrades in the future is just merit enough. Okay, I'm gonna sell this. And I'm going to go into the Kina because I need to get the items to upgrade. Right, perfect. I need one more, so I'm gonna buy this. Boom, and this is gonna unlock. It actually takes sometimes it takes a little bit of time to unlock. By the way, this scrap metal thing that I did is basically called a quest. Mac has them and Julie has them. I think there are only 2 characters that have them. Probably other characters have them, but there you go. Boom, I have the ignition core upgrade, which is what my end goal was. We're gonna still reroll here because we want to actually try to poison bug. Look, this is a plasma grade I've been searching for years, bro. I'm still gonna buy it though. Just a little bit if that I actually sold the good items for this. Whatever, we're gonna keep it. I like this build. I just don't know if it's going to be Stall is really good, bro. In every single game, the new release of X thing is going to be the most broken thing. So he has a burnt build too. Thank God that my build is at least very decent because my power drill's golden. This bug is actually really good with this. And this lighter is actually working for a small tool that actually does something. So we're actually good. We just need to get to enchantment rounds, and we're gonna be doing that shortly. Talking about which, we're gonna grab this study so we can go into our enchantment round way quicker. Sell this, sell that. Do we really want? I want. Okay, we're gonna sell this. Hold on, let me think about it really hard. I think you are. Okay, because I want to grab chocolates here. We're gonna grab a tenner. Boom. Because we've been really skimming out on chocolates. Basically, in the bazaar, you don't die. Do the opposite of die, which is kind of fucking ironic, right? Why are people running? By the way, Dr. Vortex is right here. Small. No pun intended. It took me like a while to figure out this was Dr. Vortex, not this giant laser thing. By the way, this Vanessa, this style build is so much broken on her that this actually tickles me. But with Vanessa is kind of crazy. With Stella is kind of crazy. So by the way, I'll explain that in a bit. I got a cog here. Just do anything. Silver tool, silver item. Guess I'll go for the silver item. Sure, why not? I can get these two upgrades. Okay. Oh, that's good.
You may be too young to remember.
So the power cupboard really doesn't do anything. I rather just have this have lower cooldown because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep this. Pretty sure this is gonna be my cookie cutter build. Okay. I want to go into Curio, and I'm gonna explain why. Curio is an item that the same thing that it does for slow, it does for haste. And if I put it on this carbon goes crazy. So I'm gonna grab this, I'm gonna grab this, and I'm gonna get this because it gives help. Actually, no. The brain is telling me not to get a medium. There you go. Rocket boots. Perfect. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is gift the core the crit. Okay. This is basically positioning, right? So we're gonna give the thing that has multicast more burn. There you go. And we're gonna give the pyrocarbon the haste proc. Perfect. So now it's gonna haste for 2. There you go. Boom. That's perfect. I'm gonna position this carefully. Perfect, bro. And I'm gonna buy this too. Because it's gonna lower the cooldown and everything by 2%. Then I'm gonna sell this relic. So I'm gonna buff this more damage. So Curio is, as you can see, Curio is really good. You just gotta know when to push the money. It's basically. Money management is one of the most important things in the game. That's why I grab the econ items without hesitation. Because even if you're losing, as the game progresses, you're gonna get shops that have really high quality items, and you can pivot. And that's another thing in its entirety. But you can, even if you're losing, if you have money, you can buy good items, right? That's basically the gist of it. My build is really good. It's like 2 days above, so this is like a day 7 build. I like it. I just need a poison enchantment to proc toxic flame, and it's over. Okay, so we're gonna go to Temple Expedition. This is an encounter. It's good that I grabbed this because it's good that you guys know this actually exists as your first run. So we're gonna go to Blowgun's Trap. So Blowgun's basically the expedition takes your entire day, but don't worry, you're gonna be the entire day doing this with or with the reward that you're gonna get one of the most broken items in the game. You guys are gonna see. Okay, rob the vault. Robbed. Oh, it's kind of good. We're gonna sell it, but it's just money. Oh, that's kind of nice. I don't think it goes in the build, but that's kind of nice. I'm not gonna lie. That's really good. It's decent. Put this here. It's an 8 burn, which is kind of really good. Perfect. I like that. Okay. Now, I know, I know what these three characters do, and I know these two don't do anything with my build, so I'm gonna go for Colemots.
I do not come to stop you.
And I know for a fact I could beat this because if you don't have a lot of weapons, this actually doesn't do anything. If you have a lot of weapons, this is actually gonna one shot. You're gonna one shot yourself. Perfect. This is good because you can get like really good items to sell or to keep. So I get Ancient Vengeance book. Okay. I did not get poison. But I did get the heal one, which is one of the craziest one. The reason I'm taking the heal one is because I actually shield for a little bit, so it's good enough. Okay, the temporarily has two items that I want, and I'm very likely to get one of them. So I'm gonna get this is gonna give me a assortment of items, and the assortment of items includes small items that basically enchant your items by the enchantment which way they are. Like one of them poison, so you'll set it and it'll enchant your items by poison, which is the one that I want. And the other items just work in tandem which they do. So one of them buffs fire, and one of them buffs poison, and one of them buffs freeze. I want the fire one, right? Because I am burning. Okay, so I didn't get either of them, but I got one that gives obsidian, which is good enough. I am content with this. The reason why is because I'm going to essentially put damage on one of these things. I'm gonna sell this. I think I'm just going to obsidianize the red firefly because that has the highest DPS output right now. So I'm just gonna do it like that. I don't want to do this because power drill is absolutely gonna have my status ailment enchantment if I go to last wind. And we can sell this right now. I'm gonna try to keep this because it's a really good econ item, even though I have 121 gold. That's a good thing about going in an expedition. When you go in an expedition, even if you don't hit the item you want, you don't need money for the rest of the game, unless you want like a large enchanted item that's just like 98 gold. But I'm gonna tell you something. Restorative core is one of the most broken cores there is, by the way. Even though this guy's like giga slowing me, oh, it's because of the flashback.
You've got talent. You should put it toward nobler use.
It's a good run, or a good fight. Okay. We're trying to get. Do we want the poison bug? I kind of do want it. Let's go to monster battles because right now this is just a battle of attrition. Because the build actually don't get too much stronger. They do, but our items are too scattered, and this is going to be something you're going to be paying attention in late game. If I want this power drill upgrade, I want to go to the item where it's shop there, where it's more likely to appear, because we can't skip like chocolate shops. Because even 200 health at this point helps too much. Did he really one-shot me? Oh, okay, never mind. It looked like he didn't. Okay, so by the way, freeze was a really good build before. I'm gonna go to Simon.
I missed you a lot.
Dude. Do I really want to grab this out of silver? I guess there's some really bad other bad skills, so I'm just gonna grab this one. Let's go to Kina.
Discounts for
It's fine. Nitro is really good. Just grab it. Oh, and Dino Saddle. We should actually keep that Dino Saddle. Even though I'm missing some of the items. What the? Bro, are you kidding me? Actually, not bad. Not gonna lie. But it just doesn't work with our build. Dude, this actually sounds lit. Let's just keep the Dino Saddle. I should have kept the wrenches. Okay, the items that I want are small. Actually, let's just do what I'm thinking. Let's just sell this because it's we might as well just get it at the better rarity. I don't want to upgrade it. I wanted diamond or nada. I need to get the fiber optics upgraded because it's kind of meh right now. Oh, that's a good skill. I didn't even know he gave that skill. Huh? Shit. We're just gonna have to sell this. Yeah, this isn't good on the silver level. Like, let's sell this. Force be with me. Chocolates. Okay. Let's go to random items. Even though this is good because it's gonna give me a temporary boost on health, I'd rather just try to snipe for the some of the items that I need here. Okay, so whatever. I said Sudaru. I wasn't flaming him. I meant to say pig. When you use a property, deal damage equal to double your health. What the hell is this? Poison puppy.
Well, I guess motivation isn't everything.
I don't like his build, but I guess I think he's just pivoting. By the way, the dog is like really good at it right now. But you need to feed that puppy like a lot, bro. Like, yeah. What does this do when you transform your agent permanently getting 10 health? That's not gonna happen. Okay, oh, those are good items. Ooh, let's keep that.
You're a smart one
Here.
for your size.
Capacitor's good. I wanted a diamond though. I don't want it that level. Scrap is good for this. Ooh, that's not bad. We're gonna haste the power drill. Let's go. That's good. I think it has more procs. Let's go for Awakened here. We're gonna have a lot of haste procs right now. That's really good. Use a small haste. If I actually manage to get wake up call, it's just over. It's not a bad item. Ooh, let's see if we can get a poison upgrade for these. Like that. It's good. That makes it unnerfed power drill. That's so good. Oh, I like that. Hold on, bro. That is so good. Shit. I'm gonna sell this. We don't need money. Let's see. How would this work? Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's literally winning the game. Yeah. Try it out like that. Oh yeah, that's really good. Let's try it out here. This is good. Let's try it out. This is gonna slow me, but
Makes it last longer.
the reason why this is good is because I have Toxic Flame. You guys are gonna see this stack. You guys are gonna just look at it stack.
Whatever moo's paying you, I'll double it.
By the way, charge this 2 when I burn charge. No, I think the power charge is better. Okay, hold on. Let's upgrade our item because I think upgrading this is worth it.
Piece.
It's 2-second haste.
The fire softens before it strengthens.
So let's do this here. let's do that here. I actually don't need this, by the way. I can actually just put this, which is actually crazy that I could do that. Just leave it like this because I need something that burns. Okay, that's good. That's good. I like that. Like that. You having something that freezes just.
We're out to dethrone a king, not to
This is good in general.
nobody.
Yeah, it's just good in general, especially against late game builds. Even if it just freezes for a tad. Oh, I think this is the same guy I faced earlier that like killed my streak.
Like
I think
crew says,
so my
Bazaar,
build heals.
another round.
He can never win. Even though he has a crazy build, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, perfect. Curio is gonna sell me items so I could make these do better.
That's a bar.
Okay, let's sell these. So this is sell, this is sell, this is both poison. This doesn't do anything, so let's just keep it there. Okay, this buffs the core. Okay, let's put this crit on the core.
My rusty circus. See that final?
Okay. Core. We're gonna sell this. If I get at a diamond level, it's gonna replace, but otherwise, it's not gonna do anything. Let's sell this. I'm gonna sell them just in case I forgot to sell them later, by the way. Really good. There you go. Now you give me that bug. Are you kidding me? I don't think it works because it procs on slow and freeze. We could do this, but this lighter is really good for kickstarting. I can't. It's like I literally can't. Good. Let's get 2 XP. It doesn't matter too much. Oh, bro, this is that we just won. Let's buy these just for fucks. But I'm gonna explain why in a sec. Why it's just over with that. So what's gonna happen is that Grease Fire is gonna essentially burn every time I use a tool. So this is a tool, right? So it's gonna burn for 5, but this is gonna burn for 2, or it's gonna burn for 5. So it's gonna put 2 charges on the power tool. So I think my build is gonna insta kickstart is what I'm trying to say. Jesus, this guy has. This is literally guys the same as me. But I mean it's pig. The weapon builds are dead, so it's like a big pig. Let's check. Darkstone engine. Let's see. Okay, so this is gonna happen. This is gonna charge first. So look at this. This is in sprint. Insta kickstarts. The guy on the other side of the screen is probably thinking, how did this guy win? Which is better. There you go, guys. That's how you got 10 wins. Wasn't perfect, but we got you guys. So yeah, it's basically cookie cutter. Ignition core build. Solar Farm is really good right now with Ignition core. Power Drill is 2. Both of them combined are, well, as you saw, it's really good. But we essentially played around Toxic Flame, and we managed to draft this. But I'm gonna explain to you something. The other medium item that I had, look back for a bit. I'm trying to remember the name. Was still decent enough. This is just Giga broken. Like you won 10 when, like, unless you're on second win and you have to win your last round, win, and you have like at least 2 or 3 chances to get your last one in. The other build was good enough, but this was just gonna immediately win. So there you go, guys. Perfect. We're gonna try to get gold by tomorrow. So yeah, let's get it, guys. I hope this was good for you. For the people that are coming for Steam to try to play the game. Yeah, I'm gonna keep playing Dooley. So you guys like how Dooley plays? Come back to me. I got you guys. I'll give you all the Dooley content you want. Aiden in my inventory will beat all the other Bazarians. Let's get it. But yeah, guys, remember to like the video, subscribe. I'll catch you in the next round of the Bazaar. Love you guys.